The flesh is weak. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. What is the next step in this Mini's life?
Even if I do say so myself. But it is now time to move on. And we've got a little bit of extra kind of darkness to do. And what we're going to do for this is we're going to take a roughly 3 parts Flesh Tearers Red to 1 part Sigval Burgundy mix. And this is going to be for areas such as this kind of little area of the
So I don't have Sigvald Burgundy. But I think I can probably adjust with any other color, really. Yeah, it's a very bloody red. But I'm pretty sure he washes this at a later moment. So he like washes it over with another brush. With another color, rather. So it gets a lot darker than that color.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Just make sure we do it on the other side as well so we don't get any peculiar drying lines.
No, I'm pretty sure what he does is he like washes it when it's
apply this
dry.
on top of any hooves, talons, and Leviathan. Should you do?
Pretty sure. Yeah, he did here already.
Now, coat all of it out of water. I'm going to apply this over. Now each one of the.
Yeah, that's gonna be a sketchy section, dude.
Oh.
It doesn't look that red later on. Am I crazy? Ah, here we go. Yeah. So he shades it with Carroburg Crimson, which is like a purple.
Flesh Tearers.
So I'm not gonna bother with the burgundy. I can just mix in some additional purple. I think a little earlier. That would probably do the trick. You think he just likes red? Red is like at least the top 5 color, dude. I gotta tidy up a couple of these pieces. I've been using this pretty large brush the entire time, but it works really well. I don't have a color tier list, guys. I'm not sure. Purple is definitely high up, though. Purple is a really nice color. Aren't there only 3 colors? Great question by Skull. There's only 3 colors, Skull. True. Cough medicine purple? What? Your cough medicine has a color? I've never seen purple cough medicine. Really? I'm tidying up little bits that I have accidentally gotten on the wrong parts. So the purple color should go on pretty easily. Like the reddish purple. It tastes equally disgusting. Dude, I have not used cough medicine ever since I was like 3. Do people regularly have cough medicine when they don't feel well? I have no idea. Doesn't it not do anything? It's like just a little syrupy thing. I don't really usually get a lot of coughs though. I don't know. Maybe it's great if you cough a lot. Coughing after COVID has kind of become a little illegal though. So like, you know, we all just decided that we're not gonna do it anymore. Pretty sure that's how it works. Ooh, do you guys hear that sound? That is the sound of my headphones almost being out of battery. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Maybe that was only for me. It's good when you have to work sick. Yeah, fair. Probably shouldn't do that though if you cannot avoid it. It's all in my headphones. I knew it. I've been hallucinating this entire time. Sugar actually helps against certain types of coughs? Oh, sick, dude. Well, that's why I never really got a lot of coughs, I guess. I do eat a little bit of sugar from time to time. just a smidgen. Just a little bit. There's actually one little bit right over here. Ooh, don't tip it over, Lowko. Use the freaking handle. Okay. Good enough, good enough. So we're gonna use... I guess we're gonna use like a 1-to-1. Flesh Terror's red. And... Garabert Crimson. I already used this one earlier for the base layer of the flesh. So this should create like a nice little color. Before every cast, Lowko goes ham on the sugar intake. Mostly caffeine intake. I don't usually drink a lot of sugar, no. Consuming sugar through liquid seems like a waste. Lowko, you see anything interesting at Watches and Wonders? Not really, to be honest. I feel like I've become a very boring watch person, sysadmin. Where I look at those things and I'm like, eh. It's kind of fun, but... This looks very dark. I guess we can always wash it with something a little bit later, but... Anime figures are far more interesting. Absolutely, bro. I love anime. Uwu? Ayaya? Is it Ayaya or Ayayay? I don't even know, bro. How do you even say it? Ara? I guess we'll do this one first. It's a pretty bloody color still, though. Flesh Terror's red is actually pretty see-through, I've noticed. Compared to some of the other reds. A lot of the other reds are very strong. Should be alright. So where does the blade begin? Where does the fleshy bit end and the blade begin? Always a good question. So what anime do people watch these days, though? Is there like a go-to anime that a lot of people have been loving lately? What's the normie anime of the moment right now? I haven't heard a lot of actual anime recommendations. Just a lot of uwus and ara-aras, but... Frieren? Frieren? Jujutsu Kaisen? I've heard of that one before. That one's old, bro. You're watching old shit, Mugetsu. Dragon Ball Z? What's Dragon Ball Z? Is it about a dragon's balls? Never heard of that. Yeah, you're not up to date with when it comes to animes anymore, Mugetsu. I'm sorry, man. You've really lost your touch. You didn't even say Frieren. How am I supposed to believe anything? You just said Jujutsu Kaisen or something. It is peak, I tell you, for real, for real? Like, for real, on God? No cap? Old facts, no printer? Sheesh. Oh God. Well, then you must be real serious about it. Is that an adapted Ultra? No, I think the Ultra is adapted from this thing, dude. I'm not even joking. This is like an Ultra that's got 2 legs. Look, can you weigh in on these banner requests? Is this bannable? Anime watches, pick your poison? Ooh. Dude. This one's kind of hype. It's definitely not an AP. Are these AI generated, or like what are we looking at right now? Ara, are we looking at? AI generated anime. It's gonna be kind of hype. Is that a giant issue yet in the anime world? Because I can imagine, all jokes aside, AI could really generate some crazy shit. Not yet? Just bad translations? Okay. Not yet. The only issue in the anime world is overworked animators? Yeah? Have they considered just working harder? that wouldn't be an issue. No. Just show up a little earlier, man. Sleep a little less. Yeah, just stop whining. No, I've heard that Japanese work culture can be pretty nuts. Just sleep a little faster. Yeah. My headphones are out of battery. I think if I keep playing it though, and then I mute my laptop, there you go. You guys can still hear the music. I can't. I can still read what you're saying though, before you get any crazy ideas. Yeah, they could just sleep a little quicker. What's going on, Cujo? I know. This is a recent development, man. You haven't missed anything. You haven't missed a crazy plot twist or anything like that. Okay. For those of you that paint minis, do you use contrast paints frequently? Or is this more or less just something you mix in every once in a while? I don't know what like the... How many people use contrast paints frequently? I have no clue. That is not my favorite move right there. I guess it's okay, but just have to smooth it out a little bit. You use them fairly often? Okay. Inks, yes? Oh, you use inks, okay. Yeah. So I guess they function much the same way, right? But you can make them very runny and whatnot. Contrast paints is just another ink? Yeah, I guess it is. They function like inks. I guess they're still technically acrylics, but that's not a bad way to describe it. They really do feel like inks. But would you say you use inks then on most minis? Or like what is the... And refrain from being slaves to the vices that engage them. I'm writing on this page like I'm throwing hands with Satan. Don't run from all those demons, gotta stand. You don't really use contrast, more of a layout, AK. Okay. We all just trying to build a foundation. There are tons of acrylic inks. Yeah. We all just trying to build a foundation. Liquidity dry, I couldn't quit if I tried. It's been a ride through all the waves and the tides. Little emptiness inside from all them days with the guys. Try to mask it, but I know you see the pain in his eyes. All the lows and the highs. It's kind of difficult to decide where to end the red section. I don't think usually there is supposed to be this much red on here, but it kind of looks cool. Right here at the bottom of the carapace, I guess. The rep is annoying. I don't hear any music right now. Let me know. If you guys say skip in the chat, I'll skip to the next song, okay? This goes for any song, by the way. Like also when I'm just listening by myself, or if I do have headphones on, just feel free to tell me, Lowko, this song fucking sucks. Unless your name is Dita Hunter, then you don't get any say. But for everybody else... I could just produce my own music. I could, dude. We can do Lowko Karaoke Day, where I will just sing while painting for you. No, heavy metal is... I mean, I like heavy metal personally from time to time, but it's not really great for streaming, I don't think, because it's gonna scare a lot of people away. Crawling in my skin. Linkin Park is my favorite heavy metal band. Well, it's either Linkin Park or Nickelback. Those are my favorite heavy metal bands. He's chosen violence. Sorry. Your favorite heavy metal band is One Direction? Didn't they all go their own direction? You must be heartbroken, dude. Look at the new generations have no idea what you just sang. Really? Linkin Park's actually kind of sick, dude. Love listening to Linkin Park still. Don't do it that often anymore, but... Okay. No, Laurent's not a fan of heavy metal at all. I have a playlist with all kinds of songs on it, and whenever there's a song with even remotely strong guitars coming up, she insta skips them, dude. I know. I know, Chet, I know. I didn't know this until like 5 years or so into me knowing her. And I mentioned this on stream because I found it so funny. I didn't know that she apparently used to have Justin Bieber posters in her bedroom. She used to have fucking chat! Justin Bieber goes hard, man. Especially, you know, a decade ago. This is where we're at right now, Vel. It looked a little nicer before I added the red parts, if I'm being honest with you. But it'll look good later. Very happy with how the skin is looking right now. I think the skin looks really sick. You go hard for Justin Bieber too? Nice, dude. Nice, dude. Does he still make music? I haven't heard about Justin Bieber in ages. Funny how like some of the biggest people in the world are suddenly... Maybe he's not AFK, I don't know. It kind of feels like he's AFK. No, he probably doesn't need a lot of money anymore. I think he'll be okay financially. sure he's doing alright. Maybe he's painting Warhammer models, chat. You never know. Need a little bit more. Back when I worked in magazine, his face was on every teen magazine. Yeah, dude, like it's actually insane. That's what I'm saying. Henry Cavill. Bit of a chat, hey? Is it Cavill? 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 I don't know. Either way, still a chat. However you pronounce his name. Yeah, absolutely. Henry Cavill is a perfect example of the average gamer. Like, look at the other names in the chat. Physically, mentally, financially, exactly like Henry Cavill. On average. On average. Like, not everybody in the chat is called Henry. But, you know, everything else, yes. There will be a couple of people named Henry too, though. You're called Henrique. Close. See, there's Henry in the chat. Sex Henry the Fifth? Jeez. How did you get that name through the language filter? Amazing. I lift Lowko, I'm basically him. You are him. Absolutely, you are him. Do you think Henry Cavill can lift 1,000 pounds in a big lift, Ovel? He can definitely hit 1,000, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Do we do any other parts? What's going on, Priadon? Thank you very much. Quickly hopping in to say that I really enjoyed the StarCraft commentary. Hey, thank you, man.
Section.
Oh, we're also doing a little bit behind his neck.
Well.
Oh, that's a sketchy section, dude. Ay. Oh, I'm gonna accidentally fuck up his face. No! No! Okay, sorry. What? Hello? Where do we go?
We've got those bits underneath.
Just pour it in there, Lowko?
On the front bit. We've also got some of it going on the back, just under there.
I don't think we just want to pour it in there.
Just whilst we're waiting.
Okay. The sketchy section, chat. I've never played Magic the Gathering either, no. Dude, I'm not even a real nerd. I've seen people play Magic the Gathering. Does that count? They look like bigger nerds than me, though, I'll be honest with you. They were giggling about cards and everything. Okay, chat. Don't touch the head. Whatever I do, don't touch the head. I'm okay with touching the other top section over here. That's not a problem. Gonna have to go in there with a very dark purple at some point too, which also feels very sketchy. That's gonna be a thing for tomorrow though, or whenever we're gonna do this. Don't fuck it up, Lowko. Don't fuck it up, Lowko. Just don't touch the head at this fucked up angle. No, I don't really need a light. Or like a magnifier. I think I'm okay. Okay, so far so good. Didn't touch the head. That's good. Now there's the sketchiest part though. I think I'm gonna take a smaller brush. That's what she said? Don't touch the head at this weird angle? Oh god, really? Is that what she said? Sounds a bit dirty. That does sound a little bit dirty, Bunny Warren. The music is dead again? Oh no. There you go, Chet. It is so easy to accidentally touch the side of the head here. I guess I can touch it up if I do, but it'd be much easier if I don't. Okay. Yeah. It is kind of tricky. I think I did it. Without touching the head. Poggers? That's a bit of a poggers right there for me, at least, man. I want to go in there one more time. I know that also sounds a bit dirty. Don't say it, Bunny Warren. Bunny Warren, backspace. Backspace. The tournament was a lot of fun, dude. It's ongoing. Like, so the StarCraft tournament that I casted yesterday is still ongoing for, I want to say, another 3.5 weeks. And then we have the main event as well. That's going to be sometime later. So, yeah. I think I'm going to mix in a little bit of this on the edges where I didn't quite get it perfectly. Close to that red section over here. There we go. Almost like a little edge highlight over here. tidying up a little bit. At least blending it in a little bit. Okay. Yep, quite like that. Quite surprised to see one of these big ones these days. You mean StarCraft tournaments? There's still the Saudi event as well, the World Cup, later this year, which allegedly is going to be massive. Or supposedly, rather. So, we have some large StarCraft tournaments still. Yeah. I don't really know the exact details, but some people are saying that it's apparently the biggest prize pool ever for a StarCraft event, which is kind of sick. And that is still on the horizon at this point, so you know. Okay, a little bit of purple here. A little bit of purple there. I think I may end up dry brushing the red bit as well at some point. I don't think that'd be a bad choice. Well, I did touch a tiny little bit of the head. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, it's basically invisible. Okay, I think the last thing I'm gonna do today, what time is it? Yeah. I think the last thing I'm gonna do today is tidy up some of the mistakes that I've made so we can start with a fresh setup next time around. And we can continue everything very cleanly. Plus it'll just look a little bit better, which I always like. Even though I may not necessarily have to do this everywhere. Even though it may be a little bit of a waste of time, it doesn't take that long. So I'm basically just taking some of the primer color again. We're just touching up these little messes that I've made. So when we put the darker color on top of it, it'll look very clean. Because some of these paints are pretty transparent, so having at least close to the original base coat is going to make it a bit easier. Look, can I see how far you got? Yeah, I'll show you guys where we are at the end of day one here in a sec. Probably should have diluted a little bit, but a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, there's little bits of paint in certain spots where it shouldn't be, but yeah, overall, I think it was pretty tidy. These blades are going to be very dark, so I don't think it really matters. Same for some of the areas in here. I will stipple a little bit, but no reason to go too ham. Especially since it's still a tiny little bit wet. Late stream today? Yeah, I'm gonna be heading off. But I'm just tidying up some of my small mistakes so I can start with a clean canvas next time. So I went over the edge on some sections. Okay. Okay. Let me go clean my water up and then we're good. Hey, Muckluck, you're catching me right as I'm about to head off. Literally just minutes before I'm gonna go offline. Sorry about that to the Muckluck viewers, but you guys are happy to sit around for a little bit if you would like. But I am gonna be heading offline very quick. Yeah, I think you basically end your stream as I usually end mine. So, I'm pretty sure that we end around the same time, but sometimes I just kinda end later, because I'm finishing up a little bit. Thank you for the rate though. Do appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. Alrighty guys, so here is where we are currently at with our Screamer-Killer. I have done all of the flesh. The fleshy flesh part. Next time we will do a lot of the carapace instead. So the carapace is gonna be a very dark color, a very dark purple. But overall I'm very happy with how this has turned out so far. We're gonna obviously have to still do some improvements. Like for example, there's gonna be little, you see these little wound areas? Those are gonna be a different color than they are right now. But we'll get to all of that. Very happy though, where we are so far. I'm, yeah, not complaining. I think overall, considering I've been painting for a relatively short time now, this is looking pretty good. Dialanart got me, dude. Hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, this is a mini that Dialanart sent over. Also, day one review of these brushes. So these are not the brushes that Dialanart sent. These are Rosemary & Co. ones that I've been wanting to try out. I have to try out the Da Vinci ones too, but these are awesome. I really, really like these. Definitely by far my favorites that I've tried so far. Really nice. And not even that expensive. Like they're relatively affordable. Obviously I have no idea how long they're gonna last. But these are much cheaper than like the Da Vinci one, as well as like the Winsor & Newton ones. And they are sick. I really like it. We'll have to give them a proper try next time around too. I think I'm gonna do this whole mini with it and then we'll see how it goes next time. But that only means that I have like one thing left to do. Yeah, brushes are definitely kind of personal, for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my brushes. That's the plan. And that's all, guys. A final pour over. What color pour do we do today, Calvarino? Do we pour the yellow? Do we pour the red? Which one do we pour? Have a good one, Brush Licker. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subbing. He even asked for etiquette, dude. Brushlicker asked for Twitch chat etiquette. You'll love to see it. Yeah, I did waste some of my work. So, do most people, by the way, try out a variety of brushes, or do most people just fucking, like, just buy a brush that they happen to have at their local hobby store and run with that for the rest of their life? I feel like I am so specific with those sorts of things, but... the one I used for, like, 99% today, it seemed, is this one, the number 2. For Rosemary & Co. Number 2, Series 33. Which I think is... basically the equivalent of the Winsor & Newton 1. Lowko's stream is a fancy restaurant? Yeah. Say hello to my regular patrons. They're right here. Some of them even have VIP tables. When Rumpus joins, we all know where he's gonna sit. He's got his own chat, dude. He's got his own spot. I'm the piano man. I sit in the corner. Oftentimes I sit here and they're like, sing me a song, you're the piano man. Sing me a song tonight. That's what Rumpus sings, not me, obviously. Rumpus like, for we're all in the mood for a melody. Like, Rumpus, why do you talk like that? Why do you suddenly talk like you're 200 years old? You're just here for the unlimited soup? We do not do unlimited soup in the Netherlands, dude. You're gonna get like a small amount of soup and you're gonna pay 10 bucks for it. And you'll be happy about it. That is how we do soup in the Netherlands. Unlimited soup and salad? What is this magical place? Breadsticks? We don't do free breadsticks either. No. Americans in the chat will even be maybe slightly surprised to learn that water is usually charged for. If you order water, you're gonna get bottled water, unless you specifically ask for tap water. Bottled water you'll pay for. How un-American, Lowko? No, they don't usually charge for tap water. It's just that it's a bit weird. Yeah, exactly. If you ask specifically for tap water, it's fine. They will give it to you. You won't be charged for it. But it's also kind of like, look at that guy, right? Look at that poor dude. He can't even afford regular water. I don't know, dude. It's weird. Even though the tap water is very high quality. No, the tap water in the Netherlands is fine. It's basically the same as the bottled water. I don't really understand. It's weird. Every culture has these weird things, man, that you can't really explain. Yeah, bottled water is basically tap water. We have I drink bottled water all the time. Or tap water rather, all the time. Nobody in the Netherlands would buy bottled water. Nobody goes to the store to buy bottled water. That's just weird. Unless it's sparkling water, I guess. But I think it's also... okay, yeah. I think it's also due to the fact that a lot of restaurants make most of their money off of drinks. And we don't have nearly as many, like, big chain restaurants, I suppose, you know? Like, a lot of the restaurants are more, I don't know, just smaller places that are, like, family-owned or whatever. So... that's probably where it comes from, that yeah. You can definitely ask for tap water, though. It depends on the place, I guess. But it feels a bit funky if... because it's also not as common for people to go out to dinner, I think, as it is in the US. I think a lot of people in the US will go out for dinner very frequently. Yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out so far. The blends are looking pretty good. And I think overall, when we get the dark purple color on it, it's gonna look awesome. So for those of you that haven't seen what the end result is supposed to be, assuming it's gonna look half a decent, I'm gonna be pretty happy. It is supposed to look like this. So we're coming along. We're coming along. That looks so cool, dude. We're gonna have a much cooler than that base, though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if I can get even remotely close. You think mine is gonna look better? I don't think it's gonna look better because this guy is a much better painter than me, but at least from a distance on stream, it may look pretty much identical. Which may actually be the case for him too, you know? Maybe he's also got little mistakes that just don't get caught by the camera. Because I'm like this close to it, right? I'm like, what's going on, Mr. Mini? But most people would view it like, you know, arm's length at like closest. Dude, I really like the base, Dylan. I'm not even... I don't know, this probably didn't take you that much time at all, I guess. But I don't know anything about base making. And I really like this section. I can imagine you probably just took one of those marines and cut them in the middle and then like, I don't know, did you melt it? Like how do we get this? How do we get the stringy stuff? Look at this arm over here. I don't know if you guys can see this arm properly. It is like way off. Look what you don't want to know? Oh my god. I'm not sure, man. Do I want to know? You would order more drinks in the US if they didn't bring you watered down ones? It's wood glue mixed with super glue. If you time it right, you can pull strings. Ah. So it just dries like it is plastic? Or is this kind of springy still? No, it's pretty solid. I mean, obviously it's very thin, so I don't want to... Okay, there's no play. I have no idea how I'm going to make that look nice, though. Yeah, I guess super glue is basically plastic. Alright, guys, that's going to be it for me today. For today. There you go. Can't speak English anymore. Tomorrow I'm going to do a little bit of Command & Conquer Generals. And then I may actually use the second half of the stream to continue with this guy. Because I really had a good time today. I don't really know exactly... how many people are interested in watching this sort of thing. But it seems like there's still plenty of you tuning in, which is pretty amazing. And I'm curious to see how many people, like... Because I can imagine a lot of people wouldn't necessarily click this stream. But I wonder how many people would stick around if I, like, start with another game and then switch to this instead. Because usually there's quite a few people that just watch whatever after they, you know, you gotta hook them in first. Yeah, watching paint dry is hype, right? Exactly. The bait and switch. Now, I also really want to continue onwards with another one of the General's challenges. So I definitely want to do some more of that tomorrow too. Interestingly enough, by the way, am I crazy? I primed this with Wraithbone. But Wraithbone out of the bottle is an entirely different color. Am I crazy? Like, what the fuck's up with that? That does not look like Wraithbone at all. Because you see the little smudges? Those are sections that I fixed, quote unquote fixed, because I messed them up. Yeah, it's far more yellow than the actual primer. Okay. It seemed like for the Grey Seer, it was basically the exact same color, though. This is the first time I've ever used the Wraithbone primer, but... It seems like, yeah, it's far less yellow. No, I shook the paint. Dude, I spent time shaking that freaking rattle can, man. I spent like fucking 5 minutes shaking the freaking rattle can until Laurent looked at me and I was like, you know, fucking spray the minis already.